Okay, this is a really quick, well, we'll see how quick it is. I'll stay as long as you guys need, okay? But we want to show people how to actually move people from their holding tank into where they want to place them. So it's Friday night. Our compensation plan ends on Friday evenings. And what's going to happen is if you don't place them, the system will place them. Now, going forward, you're going to have the choice of how you want the system to do it. For example, I won't be staying up till midnight on Friday night, so that's 2 a.m. my time, right? Which is like middle of the night for Mr. Dave D. So is somebody recording this? Is that why I'm hearing that beep? Which is fine. I'm totally fine, but I just keep.
I think people are joining the call.
No, it makes a different beep for me on that one. So no worries, that's fine. No worries. Someone's recording it, that's fine. It's just almost disruptive. But anyway, so what's going to happen going forward is you're going to have the choice to set up where you wanted to place. So let's say you're building your left leg. So typically in a binary, you're going to build your lesser or smaller leg. I don't mean smaller in terms of people, smaller in terms of volume, okay? So if you know you're going to build, like Joy and I are going to be building our left leg right now because our right leg is our larger leg, we could set ours up at, Friday evening, just place everybody in the bottom left, okay? So we build our outside legs. So let me explain that for a minute. You only have 2 legs, okay? We have 2 legs. But then we have people that we enrolled. Let's say we got enrolled somebody on our outside, our left leg. They start building. They have to build a little bit on the left and they got to build left and right. So their right side would be an inside leg to us. So we don't typically, rarely if ever, we build an inside leg, okay? We build the outside, and then it's people's responsibility to build their own inside. Now, in this situation, Joy and I have built both of our legs. We built both our right and our left, and now that this company has split it to a binary, we ended up building both sides. But you may be in a situation where one leg is distinctly smaller than the other. Maybe if you're brand new, you might put one on the left, the next one on the right, the third one on the left, the fourth on the right, until one of those legs starts running. Okay? And when one of those legs starts running, you're going to start focusing more on just one leg. So there'll be times, most of the time, you're probably going to be able to just tell the computer, hey, just put everybody on my bottom left. Okay, or my bottom right, whatever that is. But for now, since I don't honestly have a really strong trust of the computer systems, since they don't have everything in place right now, I prefer that you guys took manual control of where you're going to place them, and that's what I want to do with you tonight. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Let me see if I can find where that beep's coming out. If I mute you, don't take it personally. I'm just going to mute 2 lines here and just see if that stops the beep. Okay, somebody who was on here just dropped. That's no big deal. So Chantel, I muted you. The beep stopped. And then Betty's here. Hey, Betty. So Chantel, if you're not recording, I think it was that other person who was on here. No worries. Okay, so here's where we are. Are you guys in your back office?
Oh, no.
Okay, get there if you can. If you want to hear it, might as well apply it. If you have anybody there, you may not, right? You might not. Where is that coming from? Dang it. Chantel, I wonder if it says Bahama Lines or something.
I have 2 persons on the line. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm going to try to mute you out here for just a second. Let's see if that stops the beep, okay? Yes, it did. Chantel, if you need me, I'm going to open up another page over here and take my Facebook. Or if you want to WhatsApp me or if you want to hit me up on Facebook, at least then we can, and if there's a question, I'll either open it up or we can answer it right there, okay? Hope that's cool. All right, so are you guys in your back office? And let's make this participatory, okay? Shout it out, say something. Okay, if you're in your back office, I want you to click on, across the top, you see the third choice is Organization. And then all the way down to where it says Binary Tree Viewer. Okay? And if I'm going too fast, shout out and slow me down so we can make sure everybody's included here. I want to make sure you have an understanding of this. Okay, if everybody's there, now you should be seeing a page with your name at the top and your ID number. The highest rank may be incorrect, okay? So don't worry about that. Underneath where it has your name and it says binary tree viewer, you should have two arrows, one to the, looks like going down to the left diagonally and one going down to the right diagonally. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, if you know what, thank you, if you know what side you're building, like which is your smaller or your stronger leg, it's going to be easy. You want to pick the one that's a smaller leg that has less volume in it. If you're brand new, this is really easy. You can kind of go either way, okay? But for the example, and since I don't know where your volumes are, they haven't published that yet. That's not showing up in our back offices. I'm just going to use the bottom left for this example, okay? But if you know it's the right that you're building, then click on the bottom, that arrow to the right. If not, and you just want to learn this, just click on the arrow to the left, okay?
So, Dave, if I have only one leg started, then my second person has to go on the right, correct?
Has to know, I mean, not technically. I mean, you could actually build a pay plus leg, which is just building one leg. It can max out only at $1,500 a month. But typically, you build two in a binary. So I'm not going to get too far off this conversation, but that's a great question. That's going to be, if you're only building one leg right now, or you're not really a builder, then this call may not make a lot of sense to you anyway, because you may bring in one person and don't have time to do the business, and that one person may start building their legs. This would be an important call for them, okay?
Right, and that's what I'm trying to do is just build one leg right now, and it's not giving me an option to put them on the bottom left. So maybe that's something you can go through me later.
So have you enrolled anybody else at this point? Because you're pretty new here, right?
I have One Life Divine, and then I have Dwayne Lawyer. Dwayne Lawyer is in my holding tank, so I need to place him.
Is One Life, is the other person on your right then?
On my left.
Okay, so you're going to be developing your left, not your right. Is that my understanding?
Correct.
Okay, so you can use the bottom left then. That's perfect. If you're only going to build one leg.
Correct.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing where it will let me add that.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you in a second. So you don't have a choice. So since you have one person on one side, you have one person over there, I still want you to hit that bottom left arrow. Can you see what I'm talking about?
Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah. And then you're going to see at the bottom, it's going to show you this plus sign in this box, right?
Yeah.
And if you scroll over to the side a little bit, you'll see the bottom person. Now, in your example, you're going to see whatever name you just said, and I forget, it wasn't a person's name. It sounded like a really cool name.
Well, I think some people might have been placed below her by my upline, maybe.
Well, sure, yeah.
So the bottom person is not somebody I enrolled. You know what I mean?
That's okay. Yeah, but in a binary, that's one of the beauties of it is you get one person. You're going to get help. Many of you will get help from above. Some will not. Our last company, Joy and I, got absolutely nothing from our upline, so we built our own two legs. They made a ton of money. But if you get the help from the upline, that's just gravy. Okay. So you're still going to go the bottom left spring to that last person on your left leg.
Right.
Okay. So if you've identified that person and you see the box with their name and number, and you click on that or put your cursor on that box, and some name pops up, right?
Correct.
I want you to go back to the left where that plus sign is, and if you click on that plus sign, you'll see a little box pop up that says holding tank.
Yes.
Is everybody seeing that? If you have somebody in there, you'll still see it. Like mine says holding tank, but it says this search returned no results. Is anybody seeing that like me, or is everybody seeing somebody's name there?
I see it. I see that like that.
I see it.
Mine says enroll new partner or place.
So two of you said you see the same thing which says this search returned no results. But who is that, Shelley? It said enroll, place, or cancel, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on the bottom of whatever leg you're working on, Shelley, and I'm not sure where everybody's legs are yet, but if you're on the correct side, you would click that. There's that drop-down box with is there one or more people's name in there?
Just one.
One. Well, let's make it easy. So click on it. Click on that box, and then when that name drops down, click on the name. and then you're just going to press the word place.
Okay.
You'll see that box with the plus sign change to an all black box.
With a tick mark in it, and now her number's in there.
And now her number. Now it says it can take up to 5 minutes to update your binary viewer once you make a placement, but you're already seeing her number, so that happened quick. So, Shelley, you just placed her.
Okay.
How stupid simple.
Now, what if, okay, so I accidentally placed him on the right leg, so do I have to call corporate to undo that?
Yeah. And corporate's going to get pretty. Every company gets pretty tight about this. Going, if you place them, we're not going to move them. Okay. So
that's what they told me. That's what they told me yesterday.
Yeah. So if we'll go to bat for it though. But initially here, till everybody gets trained. But just understand, customer service may be told just to say that. So you may not get. If they say that to you, don't tear anybody's head off. Just say, I hear you, and then let Charlie know, and we'll send an email in going, Randy, please move this person.
Okay.
Can I have
all right, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure can.
Okay,
sure.
If you only have customers, do you place customers as well, or do they just
regular retail customers will not be in the tree. VIP customers, ones that are on a monthly subscription, will be in your tree, so you would place them.
Right, So you would place them as well? Okay.
Sure. Where you need the volume, okay? Mm-hmm. Yes. So if you're building one of the legs, you want to, at this, I've got people on the team that they're distinctly building the right leg or the left leg, and so they're just going to put everybody they can on the bottom and on the outside, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'll do some more training on binary stuff with my whiteboard, but I'm not going to do it right now. So, or if I did, you wouldn't see it anyway. So you're going to build either the out left or the outside right. And I keep saying outside because Joy and I don't build inside legs. It's everybody's responsibility to go to work, right, and to make this happen. So we build the outside for one distinct reason. Number one, when our whole line sees that we put 3 or 4 people in this week, everybody in that line on the outside can see that we went to work. That can be pretty motivational, right? That can be pretty motivational. So for everybody on the team, like our left leg has almost 1,900 people just on the outside leg, okay? So not only are we going to be putting the people there, but other people on that left outside are going to be putting people there. So everybody gets – so that's one of the benefits of a binary. You get a sense of team. You get a sense that, wow, other people are out there working. Maybe I need to get off the couch or get on the phone or whatever. It definitely adds excitement to it, okay? So whether you're building your left or your right, so we build our outside. So we rarely, if ever. Here's an example of why you might consider, and I hate even saying this out loud because I don't want you to get in the habit of this, but we've done this in the past. Say we had somebody in another country that signed up with us, but we had other distributors in that country. Maybe we didn't feel like we could give them the best support. We still kept them as their, our sponsor, us being their sponsor, but we had a handful out of 10,000 plus people. We did maybe a handful. We would place that person on an inside leg or somewhere else because we felt like it would be more beneficial to them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So at what point do you start adding to the right leg?
When you need it.
I have everything on the left leg. Okay. I don't
So
understand that.
you look, once they start publishing the volumes, you're going to see, I'm just going to pick numbers out of the air because I don't know everybody's volume because the damn system's not showing it yet. So let's say you have 4,000 volume on your left leg and you have 3,000 volume on your right leg. To maximize the binary portion of the comp plan, which is only about a third of the comp plan, so it's not the end of the world. But what I would do if your left leg is bigger, I would be putting people on my right leg.
Okay.
Okay. Now what happens in a binary is this. You start building both your legs. You try to keep them balanced. Invariably, somebody shows up who's a little roadster who just gets to work and starts enrolling people left and right, and one of your legs is going to start running. Okay. It's going to start taking off. it's really obvious you're going to build the other leg because you're trying to maximize that binary portion of the compensation plan. So it becomes obvious. Now, what happens when we did this in our last company? What happens when you build fast and you catch up with that other leg? And then you exceed that other leg. Well, we had to flip over and start putting more people on that other leg because it was smaller then. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the game you play with the binary is, if they're even, you might put one on the left, the next one on the right, the next one back on the left. But when one of them starts running, then you're going to focus more, if not most of your attention in terms of placement. You want to support everybody on your team, but you want to support your placements on the leg that is currently the smallest. And when I say smallest, I don't mean in number of people. I mean smallest in volume.
So how do you determine which are customers or retail customers?
Well, retail is going to be somebody who they're not going to be you're not going to be able to even place them into your binary. Everybody that came from Tavala, so here's a unique situation. We only had customers and members. The attitude ViiVa's taken is they said, okay, we're just going to put all of them into the binary. And the ones that go on a monthly subscription, they'll get the better price. And the ones who are just pure customers, eventually, I don't know if they'll move them out of the binary or what exactly, but for now, somebody new signing up, if they sign in as a pure customer, maybe just using your coupon code and getting 10% off, there'll be retail. They would count towards your personal CV, okay, which is cool. And let me go back a little bit, so I don't want to confuse it. So a new customer with ViiVa is going to not go into the binary. They're going to be counted towards your personal CV. If somebody is a customer and goes on a monthly subscription or auto ship, they're considered a VIP, and they're going to get another 10, 11% off. They'll pay the same price you did for a box of Trim Max, and they would be in the binary. Okay, when you click on their name, you should be able to tell if they're a customer or a member. It should give a rank, and it may say VIP as opposed to, senior partner or senior, or whatever their level is. Okay, because VIPs won't have levels, right?
So does VIP count against your CV or just the retail customer?
Not against your. It counts in your binary, so you get paid on it in your binary.
Okay.
Their volume counts like a member. So if you enrolled me and I was a customer, just a pure customer, you get paid on the difference between customer and your price. So you're going to get payment for customer. If I'm a VIP, I'm on an auto ship. I'm going to be in your binary. You're going to make money in the binary.
Okay.
Okay. So either way, it's worth something to you. The cool thing here about a VIP is they can share products. And if somebody signs up through their link, we can't pay them because they haven't given the company their Social Security number or their birth date, but they can give them credit for free product. So VIPs will, if they bring in customers, they're going to get credit for free product. We can't pay them, but we can give them credit. So I don't know, maybe it's 5 or 6 customers they're going to have. Maybe they get their box of Trim free this month. I don't know what the numbers are going to be yet. I haven't seen them, but did that answer that?
Yes.
Okay. Good questions.
But, yesterday when I was talking to support, whomever I was talking to, they said that nobody's volume counts. Count.
What do you mean? Nobody's volume counts?
CV.
What? Yeah, well, that's not correct. So CV, your personal CV is your personal purchases. CV is commissionable volume. Mm-hmm. Your personal purchases as well as customer purchases is your CV. Okay?
Okay.
The cool thing about this company, let's say you were like us. We're maximizing out the comp plan, so we're going to need to have 200 subscription every month, which is probably about $280 or so. So let's say we typically have, with Tavala, we had at least 1,000 volume every 4 weeks just from customers, right? 1,000 CV. Mm-hmm. So what happens to everything over 2,000 or 200 points? So let's say we need to have 200 subscription. So we have that, but what if we have 1,000 CV and customer volume? that extra, what's above what you're required at your level, and different levels require different subscriptions. The first couple levels only require 50 CV. The second level, the second grouping is 100 CV, and the third is 200. So anything over what's required for your rank, you actually get paid on that in the binary. So if you bought 200 CV and you had 1,000 between you and your customers, that additional 800, that's what's over what you already needed for that level, that 800 would go into the binary, so you make another $80 on that.
But my personal CV, I have to have a minimum of 50.
Depending on whatever rank you are. So if you're at one of the first couple ranks, you're going to need a monthly subscription. You're going to need a CV of at least 50. Now, if you want fast start, this is getting out of line here. If you want fast start, you're going to need at least 100 for 10%, and you're going to need 200 CV for 15%. But if you're just, not worried about fast start money, that's good money. That's going to be a good third of the comp plan. But if you're not concerned about that, you can get away with 50, and it could be all customer orders. You don't have to be on a subscription if you're not going to get fast start. So if you had enough customers, you may not have to order this month. Okay.
Well,
I mean,
they're
if you're
giving
looking to make
me
some
all
real
the
money.
wrong. Yeah, I was on the phone for quite some time trying to understand this, and they were telling me something totally different.
The customer support folks, God bless them, they don't have all the details yet. They know what they've been. They only know what they've been told. And again, I know it's a bit confusing for all of us, but we've had in-depth conversations with Devin and Craig and Randy and over and over. So that is how it goes. So the additional above your required monthly order for your rank goes into the binary, and you do get paid on it. Okay. Yeah, we'll vet this all out. Pretty soon we'll all be experts on it, but for right now we're all just I get that. So, hence the reason I've been going live so much this week. I know you guys are tired of seeing me, but there's just too many little details.
No, we appreciate it. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me open up the door on Chantel here. I'm not getting any texts or anything from her, but Chantel, I'm coming to you. There you go. Chantel, any questions on your end for you or your people?
I did. Basically, you answered one of them for sure.
Okay.
I texted Rich and asked him what happens to customer volume, what happens to your personal volume, how is the company or how is the comp plan going to handle our personal volume? So you basically answered that.
Perfect.
And also, while we are on the holding tank, is the holding tank going to hold persons for a week?
Till Friday night. So you sign up somebody tomorrow morning, Saturday, the beginning of our commission, they'll stay there until Friday night unless you place them. Or you can tell the system, hey, place them immediately.
Can we tell the system now?
I'm sorry?
Can we tell the system that now?
I don't see where there's choices right now on that page.
Yeah, because I'm very familiar with this, with the back office. Total Life Changes have this exact same thing, so I'm quite familiar with it. And I didn't see that in there, but
that will come.
Is until Friday, so do not tell people a week. So
right, well, good point. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
good
that's
thinking.
Good to me.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
Now okay. And soon as does that answer that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna mute you unless you have another question. I'm gonna mute you back out. Anything else right now?
Thanks.
Okay.
No, that's good.
Okay. So the concept I wanted to share with you is how we use the holding tank. Okay. So why do we have a holding tank? Well, think about this. Saturday you sign up, let's say a member or a VIP or somebody that came in with a basic, maybe a single box or something, right? Something basic. They pay. They're still going to get their product shipped. I keep them in the holding tank. Let's say on Monday I enroll somebody else who comes in with another box. I just want to try the product. I was like, cool, awesome. We put them in there. Now I got two people in the holding tank. At this point, I'm now picking up the phone, calling back some people that are considering, but looking at this as a real business. and I go, listen, I've got a couple people already in my holding tank. If you come in with one of the larger packs, the start pack, the share pack, or the build pack, I'll put you in first, and I'll put them under you on that outside leg. Now, it's not the reason they're going to join. It might be that one little thing that kicks them over the fence, though. You know what I mean? And then if we get a third person signed up, we'll keep them in the holding tank. Somebody basic. Now, again, I'm not big packs, and we'll pick up the phone and call 8, 10 people. Going, we got a couple people, 3 of them right now in our holding tank. If you come in with either the start pack, the share pack, or the build pack, whoever comes in first, we're going to put in immediately. And then everybody else who comes in with the larger pack, because we've called 4 or 5 other people, we'll put them in immediately. Then at the end of the week, we'll put these VIPs or these other brand partners who came in smaller. And so you'll have people under you. So sometimes when you have 1 or 2 people that have purchased a basic purchase, you can leverage them to call some people. Now, what happens when you call somebody, they're like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then at the end of the week, when you do place them, and so honor what you said to them, you do place those people underneath, all of a sudden they're thinking, wow, I just joined and I got 2 or 3 or 4 people under me already. This is cool. And Dave and Joyce did what they said they were going to do, right? So we don't say that unless we actually have people in the holding tank. Right? What if you had a week where you didn't get somebody? Then you look like you just lied to them, and that's not cool. So we use it that way. So we'll take 1 or 2 people and leverage it sometimes to 3 or 4 more buys, people that are coming in with larger packs, and we'll put them in. And so all of a sudden there's now more of a reason for them to come with a little bit larger. Is that a cool idea?
Yeah. Dave, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so when these people are in the holding tank, can they still conduct their own business as usual?
Yeah, they can be out there sharing and going and all that. You bet.
Okay.
You bet.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's how you use a holding tank, though. That's why it's there. So you can kind of decide later how you want to put them or where you want to place them or where you want to, like that. So we use it to build larger packs because we know that larger packs, people that come in with larger packs they have a much higher propensity and to develop a larger business. I mean, it's not something we say to people just to get them to get a larger pack. It's because it actually works. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we do it. Cool. What other questions you guys got?
What's the longest you'd keep somebody in the holding tank?
Friday night.
Okay. So
Friday night they turn into pumpkins. It's Cinderella time. Yep, they turn into pumpkins at midnight Mountain Time. Well, they're going to place them this week. I don't know where the hell they're going to place them, right? So I don't trust it at all. But given what I've seen so far this week, I don't trust a damn thing coming through that thing. So I'm placing these babies before they have a chance. But going forward, you're going to have some choices, okay? So, and then we'll have a training on that, okay, on how to set how to do it like that. And if you have individual questions, and I can see which of your legs is bigger, and right now I can't. But then once we can see the volumes on each side, I'll be able to better direct and better teach, and you'll be able to teach your team better too once you're able to see that for them. Okay. So we'll get there. But for now, our commission week starts tomorrow morning at 12:01 a.m. Mountain. Is it Mountain? Actually, they said Central Time, which was interesting. Central Time was what was in the policies and procedures. And it ends next Friday night at 11:59. I think they have 2 minutes in there that it flips over. But basically midnight Central Time is what this company's calling it. So tomorrow morning, 12:01, this thing goes to, it starts the next week for ViiVa. So they'll be placed if you hadn't placed them.
Okay.
Awesome. Guys, you'll get this all down. I promise. Unless you like being confused. Yeah, who's that?
Hey, I have another question. So if you bring somebody in, like say if I brought in a distributor tonight, I'd leave them in the holding tank or no?
No, they're getting placed tonight. Tonight at midnight. It's Friday night.
Okay, even if you sign them up late Friday night. they'll
You can
still
sign them up at 11:58. They're getting placed at 11:59.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I don't place them, the computer will, correct?
Yes, yes. And right now, I don't know where the hell they go because I don't know what rules they set up to place them. And you can actually have the computer place them on an inside leg too, which just irritates the kajibis out of me. I don't know why somebody techie set up the choices, but they don't understand how to build the binary really. So. Yeah, eventually, within the next few days, I hopefully will have the chance next week sometime to kind of go, hey, I know I'm building either the right or the left, whatever, and just tell the computer, place them. Friday night, if I don't get to it, place them. Right? So that's what we used to do. We used to place our people that came in with the larger packs, that earlier in the evening, and then we'd go to bed and just let the computer place those other 2 or 3 people on that same leg, but they would end up being underneath those people that came in with the larger pack. Okay, so we would let it, but at this point, I just don't know where they're going, given this week's confusion on the back office. Beats the hell out of me is my best answer, right? So I'd rather you took control of it at this point today, and hopefully it'll be ironed out next week, and we can tell the computer what to do, and it'll follow it. Okay.
All righty.
Anything else, guys? Or did that make sense? I'm gonna bring. Is that good? Good enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good to know.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll go through this again. As you said, sometimes I always need to hear things 2 or 3 times. Once I get it locked in, man, I got it. So
I
hope that was good for you. Thank you for the questions. They supported and helped everybody. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I will record. This is being recorded. Oh, thank you. I will make this recording. I'll throw it up. I'll figure out a way to put it on one of my websites and put it up on our page. And so people can listen to it. And then when I get a visual of being able to do this, I'll make a video of that so people can actually see it done. I think that's more. I need to see stuff. I don't hear and do as well. So. All right, guys. I'm going to stop the recording.